shuts down. Full iPad integrated system.
What do you mean it's not working?
Kids stole from us twice that.
Such a beautiful experience.
I ended up calling the cops on them.
What? The Louie's awake. Did you just wake up from a nap? Why you look like that? Okay, I put you down.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline if you're new here. And today I'm gonna do a little bit of a recap of my past week because if you don't know, I recently opened a thrift store here in Houston with my mom, and we are also opening another thrift store in Houston. And so on my channel, I have been kind of documenting the things that I've been doing to help run this current store and also get the new store up and running. This past week has been kind of interesting in the things that I've been figuring out, but it's also been stressful at the same time. We're just gonna talk about this past week since I posted my last video and talk about some interesting things like people stealing, calling the cops, having just a really frantic, stressful day, being beaten down by technology, and all that fun stuff. So let's get into it. So my last video was posted last Tuesday, which is also the day that it snowed here in Houston. That was so much fun because like the whole city basically shuts down and everyone stays home, and literally my whole neighborhood was just outside making making snowmans. Yeah, my whole neighborhood was outside making snowmans, and we went on multiple walks that day. It was just so magical and fun, and that was a very much needed break for me from work and constantly being at the store and whatnot. It's just always nice to have like a mandatory break in your routine. So it was just so fun and relaxing all in all, and we even like went outside in our backyard and played badminton in the snow. My fiance and I love playing badminton to the point where we have this whole like makeshift portable badminton setup because it's just so much fun. So, and playing in the snow was even more fun. Those were just really, really good, wholesome days last week. So that was Tuesday and Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I actually ordered a new computer during the freeze days because on Tuesday, I was finishing up editing that video that I posted, and I had it with my old computer. It was a MacBook Pro from 2020, and it did like work on a regular basis. It didn't have any issues, but when it came to editing on Final Cut Pro, it would literally lag anytime I pressed play or pause, or I moved something over and I pressed play again, and it lags for like 15 seconds every single time. So I don't even know how much time I was wasting editing on that computer. And if you're curious, that computer had like 8 gigabytes and I think like 512 gigabytes of storage or something like that. I don't know all the terminology, but I asked my fiance, like, I thought my computer was pretty good. Is this bad? And he said, for editing, your computer's like poverty level. And I was like, oh, okay. I decided that I was gonna get a new computer, and I was able to make it a business expense, so that was nice. So my new computer came on Thursday, and I was so excited to set it up, but of course it took like 4 or 5 hours to transfer my data to the new one. That was annoying, but once it finally set up so fast, I got one of the newer M4 chip ones. Phenomenal. I literally am itching to edit on this computer. Oh, something else I did on Thursday is start setting up our new POS checkout system at the store, which is like the full iPad integrated system that I got recently. I showed it in one of my last videos. That took me so long, and I just remembered that's actually what I did for multiple hours until I finally gave up and left to come home to get my computer on Thursday. And so Friday morning, I went and kind of solidified everything and got it up and running. And so Friday was the day that we were going to start using the new POS system, and I was so excited to use this new system because if you've also seen my last videos, you know there were some issues with the old system, and I was just very excited to have like a new modern system that is much easier to use, or so I thought. So on Friday, I did start out the day like saying I was going to vlog the whole day and like actually be pretty involved and talk to the camera as much as I could and all that. So I have some clips from the morning. I quickly realized that was not going to happen because Friday turned out to be a very, very stressful day for a lot of reasons. So let me just keep going. So in the morning, I dropped off some UPS packages, and then I went straight to the store to meet someone there to help me open the store. And then the cashiers came in and we set up the store, got everything clean and organized and whatever. And then I trained them on the POS system. I mean, there wasn't much to train. I was just like, this is how you add things. That's pretty much it. It's very simple. And we did that. And so we started using that register, I think from the start of the day. And of course we set it up with the money and everything. Everything was in that register. And keep in mind, we left our old register up just in case something went wrong with the new one, because if there's something I've learned is to always anticipate that something will go wrong. So have a backup plan, and luckily we did. So towards the middle of the day, I had a meeting on the phone. And so right before I went into like our little side office room to take this call, there were some people in there that weren't doing anything wrong, but they were definitely making me uncomfortable with the way they were acting and making our cashier uncomfortable. She gave me a look and she was like, we need to watch them kind of activity. So that was in the back of my head as I was going into the side room, going to take this call. So I'm trying to like watch the cameras as I get on this call, and I'm trying to listen to what they're saying, but I'm also totally distracted trying to make sure that these people are not doing anything suspicious. And then a second later, my cashier comes and knocks on the door and she's like, I'm so sorry to bother you, but there's this lady here at the counter that will not stop asking me for a discount on some things. Like my cashier told her repeatedly, like, we have a discount day, it's Thursday, but we can't just do random discounts to random people just because, like, there has to be a day with certain sales and whatever. And she told her that multiple times, and she said that she won't hear it from her, she needs to hear it from the manager, which if I'm there, technically I guess I'm the manager. I went out and I had to pause my phone call, talk to this lady and be like, I'm so sorry, but like we do have discount days, but we can't give out random discounts. It's not really fair to people. When she heard it from me, she like finally kind of was like, okay, fine. And she did end up buying some things anyways. I don't think it bothered her too much. She just was one of those people that really wanted to bargain. So then I went back on my phone call, seemed like everything was okay. It was very busy. Like there was a lot of people at the checkout and there's a lot of people in the store. So that also started making me nervous because I was like, I feel like I should be out there helping my cashiers, helping people check out. And usually I help like bag if there's a lot of people in line and whatever. So I was like, oh, they need my help, but I need to finish this phone call. So I went in the room and I was trying again to like pay attention to what they're saying on the phone. But then a second later, I see a text from my cashier and she said, the system's not working. As in the new POS system is not working. And I was like, what do you mean it's not working? I was so, like, my heart dropped. I was like, this cannot be happening, because I knew how busy it was out there and something was going wrong. I paused my phone call again. I go out and apparently the Wi-Fi had just completely cut out. And so I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to be like really courteous to the person trying to check out. I'm like, I'm so sorry this is happening. Like, this is the first time this has happened to us. The Wi-Fi has never cut out like that. And we booted up the old register just in case that system would work easier. And lo and behold, it did. I think that card reader uses less internet power than the new system does. So we were able to get some people through that. But keep in mind, if they needed to pay with cash, all the cash was in our new system. So we had to like be passing cash over to the people checking out at the old system. And it was just like, they were understanding. I don't think anyone was like too upset about it. And we were just trying to like be lighthearted and be like, we're so sorry. Like, you know, we're trying our best. We were trying a new system and it is not working out for us. So they were understanding about that, but I still felt like embarrassed and I hate looking unprofessional. So that just really started to stress me out. Our cashiers were a little stressed out just because of how busy it was. And so that started getting our adrenaline flowing. But eventually the Wi-Fi came back, the new system started working again, and we kept using that. So then I think I just wrapped up my phone call pretty quickly because I was like, they need my help out there. I gotta go. Then at some point in the day, it got a lot calmer and the system was still working great and we were really enjoying it. But then I started realizing that the printer paper that came with the receipt printer is like larger, and we only had one roll that came with the printer, and all of our printer paper for our old system is smaller. And there's these spacers that I could put in to the receipt printer that would make it so that we can use the smaller paper, but you have to change some of the settings in the receipt printer for it to print correctly, okay? And you would think that would be easy enough to like get to the printer settings and do that, but I tried doing that when I felt comfortable enough to like kind of have the checkout closed down for a second because it didn't look like anyone was coming to check out. But then as soon as I thought I was fixing it so that we could use the printer paper that we have, someone needed to check out all of a sudden. And I was like, oh no, we gotta go back to the old checkout again. And keep in mind at this point, the cash is still in our new checkout and we're opening up the old one. So then here I am going back and forth getting change for people from this system over here, and it's like across the whole counter. And I started getting stressed again. And after I took that sale, I realized that the printer was just not not connecting to the iPad at all. And essentially we could no longer take sales on the new POS system. So that was like so frustrating to me because I was so excited to use that system, and I thought it was like we were good to go, like we were solid and we could keep using it as long as I figured out how to fix the receipt paper. But for the rest of the day, we had to use the old setup, and it was fine. It's like old reliable, like it works. But I could not figure out how to fix it for the rest of the day. And maybe it was because I was frustrated and just like nothing I was doing seemed to be working. And you know when you like work on something that's frustrating for so long that you just like know you have to take a break from it, otherwise you're not gonna see the solution. That's essentially the point I got to. I was like, I cannot do this anymore. I'm done with technology. I'm done. So essentially, after that whole experience with the iPad setup, I decided to switch it to a computer setup for the whole new thing. And I thought the iPad would be better, but apparently it just doesn't like connect as easily to all the parts. And I think a computer system is gonna be much easier. So that was a whole learning experience for me. Friday was just a very busy day, and it just seemed like a lot of annoying little things were happening throughout the whole day, even though it was busy in a good way. Like we had really good sales, but I think our vibes were just down because we were stressed. And like when I say little annoying things happen, I mean like I was using a broom at some point throughout the day and it broke, okay? And then we had this like rack on our cashier platform that was holding clothes that like people put back or don't want anymore. And it's like a 2-layer rack, and then the bottom rack that was full of clothes just collapsed randomly. Like, it just felt like the energy was down that day, okay? Like, things like that were just happening all day. There was a cockroach in the store at some point during the day. That was disgusting. So that was Friday, and you can hopefully understand why I did not continue filming on Friday, because I was just completely overwhelmed, to say the least. So that brings us to Saturday. Saturday was a much better vibes kind of day. We started out the day by going to the warehouse and I say we, which was me and my fiance. We went to the warehouse to set up a label printer. We got a new Zebra industrial label printer to print all the barcode labels for the new store's clothes. Because I think I also mentioned this in another video, we're deciding to do barcode tags for the new store instead of like no barcode tags at all. You know how some thrift stores have like handwritten tags? Well, in our first store, we didn't do handwritten, but we did stamped prices. And we decided because we have more time to open up the second store, we want to try out the barcode system. So that's what we're doing, and I needed to set up the printer like ASAP. And I brought my fiance along because I knew after the day I had on Friday with technology kicking my ass, I was already gonna be frustrated going into setting up this printer, because I don't know about y'all, but like printers are the bane of my existence. Like printers don't work for me like 7 out of 10 times, I swear. So there was a couple complications setting it up, a couple things that we were like, what? Like I thought I was gonna have to contact their technical support and have them go through it with me, and I would have to wait till Monday because they don't work on the weekends and whatever, and I was getting stressed out. But then luckily, my beautiful, gorgeous, technologically advanced fiance figured it out, and by the end of our time there at the warehouse that morning, we got the printer working, and oh my god, it was the most joyous moment of my life to see that freaking barcode print properly, and it was formatted properly, and it looked good, and I was just like, yes. A win for me, thank you, Lord. So that was very rewarding to do that. And then my mom was finally able to start tagging clothes, because we start tagging like really early on, especially because our new store is gonna have like 80,000 clothes minimum. So we need to start tagging ASAP. So that's what they started doing on Saturday. And then me and my fiance decided to go kind of work at the store for the rest of the day, because it was so busy on Friday that I was like, I think they need our help here, and I don't want them to drown in work after the stressful day we had the day before. So I definitely wanted to go and help out and just be an extra cashier on hand and just try to keep the vibes up for our employees there, because we had a day for sure the day before. It was a lot, and I even told them that. I was like, I know today was stressful. Thank you so much for staying cool, calm, and collected, and we got through this day together. So they're definitely amazing. So yeah, Saturday I worked at the store for pretty much the whole day, and something interesting happened on Saturday. At some point, we had a group of like 3 or 4 kids under the age of 10 run in the store, laughing, giggling, running around, and one of them was wearing a very large puffer jacket. But when I saw them, I was like, they look so happy, jolly, they look like they're just playing. I honestly thought their mom was in the store and they were coming to meet her there, so I didn't suspect them at all. Later, I forgot what it was. Oh, we found a bunch of empty hangers on the ground where we knew they were kind of hanging out in the store, so we decided to check the cameras. These kids stole from us twice that day, and we did not suspect or even see them do it both times. That was a learning lesson for me. Apparently, you can't trust kids anymore. So, yeah, I have it on video. It was like a slap in the face to find that out, but also kind of hilarious to see them running for their lives when they left the store, because we have an outdoor camera too. We were all just sitting there like, did we really just get stolen from by freaking a group of kids twice? Oh my God, so stupid. But besides that, Saturday was a really good vibes day overall. We were really positive, really energetic. I've been having really great experiences with customers lately. So many people coming in and doing like a double take on me and being like, I saw your video. And I'm like, did you? Oh my God. One lady came in the other day and when she realized it was me, she went, hi. Like she was like so cute. I could see it in her eyes when she realized it was me that was actually there that day. We've just been having so many nice conversations with people. So many people like outwardly blessing us over and over again. Like I don't know if I've talked about this yet. I thought I had, but I've definitely posted about it on Instagram. People have been blessing us like crazy. Like I don't even, feels like too much. Like it's been insane coming in and just being like, I know you're gonna do good. I wish you the very, very best. I'm blessing you. God is blessing you. All of this kind of stuff. And every time I'm just like, I'm gonna cry. Why are you being so nice to me? You don't even know me. So that has been such a beautiful experience. And honestly, it's another reason why I like being at the store. Sometimes I don't like being there all day long. It's like a little too much for me. I need to like be switching locations every once in a while. But it is nice to be there to have those customer interactions because I come from a market background. Like for the past 2 years, I've done vintage markets and customer interactions is like the whole thing about that. So I definitely enjoy that part of it. We're gonna wrap up Saturday. Saturday was a very good day. On Sunday, I was actually working there mostly by myself as a cashier, and then we had one stalker there, and then my fiance was coming in and out of the day to be there with me because as I was seeing it be more busy, I was like, if you can be there with me, that would be pretty nice, just so I can have some extra help and have an extra person there by my side at the cashier. So that's what we did. Sunday again was pretty good overall. It was chill, fun, and we had pretty good sales. But remember those girls I mentioned earlier that were making me a little bit uncomfortable before I went and took a phone call on Friday? They were like just acting kind of funny and making everyone uncomfortable in general. They came back on Sunday, and I don't know how detailed I want to be about this, but essentially I ended up calling the cops on them, and there was a bit of a situation and everyone's fine, everyone's safe, but there was like an outburst, a threat to our safety, called the cops, they left, and now we have a reason to not let them back in a store. So it was kind of scary, but at the end of the day, kind of better that they gave us a reason not to let them back in, because we were trying to figure out how to nicely say like, you're making people uncomfortable, we don't want you back in our store, because those kind of situations are very tricky to navigate. And that's probably been like the biggest learning experience for me through this whole store owning process, has been like customer service and figuring out how to make people the most comfortable and the best way to talk to people, all that kind of stuff. So that happened on Sunday, shook me up a little bit, but by the end of the day, everything was fine, everything was chill, and it was a good day. And then finally, we make it to Monday. So that was yesterday. Today is Tuesday. Monday was kind of just my day to prove myself to technology, because it was on my to-do list to set up 2 different computers, one in the warehouse, one in the store. The one in the store was for the new checkout system. I finally got the computers in over the weekend, so I was setting those up, and it's not fully ready to go yet because I think I need like a couple more certain kind of cords and a couple questions to ask the people from the POS system company. But besides that, we should be very close to using our new system. And then I also set up a computer at the warehouse that was a computer we were mainly using to pair with the label printer, because originally the label printer, we set it up on my mom's computer, but my mom uses her computer all the time while other people need to print labels. So we decided to just have a computer designated for label printing. So that meant I had to connect the printer to another computer, which was something we had issues with when we first did it on Saturday. However, this went much smoother, thank you Lord, because I was so scared to disconnect it and reconnect it to another computer. It actually went pretty smoothly. I got it figured out, and it was so satisfying again to see that label print correctly. It's gonna be so fun to be able to scan actual barcode labels, because right now we're like typing in individual prices, and I'm very excited for that. So anyways, that is the recap of my past week. I hope that was somewhat interesting to y'all. I know there's a lot of people that have been asking for updates and more behind the scenes of what I'm doing, and I know I wish I had more footage of what happened, but just imagine that half the the time I was behind some kind of computer system trying to figure out how it works, and half the time I was working behind the register at the store. So you really aren't missing that much visually. So yeah, I just wanted to catch up with y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed that little bit of a kind of like a story time almost. Thank you so much for all the support recently. I literally don't even know where to begin on that. Like, I've been getting support from everywhere, from YouTube, from Instagram, from people in person, from people on Google reviews, finding our Google and leaving reviews even though they haven't even visited our store yet. Like, what? Why are people so nice to me? I don't understand. So thank you guys so much for like literally all of that. And not to mention, I forgot to say, I found out this morning I reached 3,000 subscribers. Literally, what's going on? I have no idea. But thank you so much for any form of support at all. I'm so grateful for y'all. And I am working on getting more comfortable filming more things. I'm really trying to just engrave in my head to film everything, no matter if I feel like I'm gonna use it or not. Because I think that's what's gonna end up with me having more clips to show y'all as the weeks go by. It's just really hard to get into the habit. When I'm like a very go person, I just don't really think about filming things as I'm doing it. I'm just doing it really quickly and then moving on to the next thing. But I'm trying my best, I promise. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys very soon. Hopefully next week with a couple more updates and more closer looks at what it's like to own a thrift store and be opening a thrift store. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hold on. I have to show you how cute my cat is. Louie. Oh. Wow, it's so pretty. Listen. Oh my God.